exciting new series that we're doing on successful ISVs and how their partnership with Microsoft has helped their business to succeed.
I'm finding it an amazing space where Microsoft can introduce us to elements of the market that we wouldn't have been able to get access to before.
The Microsoft relationship, it's not only been about technical support, but really helping us frame up that productization piece as well.
It's an amazing relationship. I'm really blown away. I wish they could come to every meeting that I go to.
Kia ora and welcome to Microsoft ISV Chat. A good partner development manager thinks differently than most. They're business savvy, sales oriented, and have an entrepreneurial spirit. It's a great combo to have in your corner if you're an ISV. Today we're talking to partner development managers with the local ISV team at Microsoft, Hamish McNee, Ryan Tarek, Abby Shen, and Gavin Hughes. Team, it's great to have you all here. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, it's going to be interesting. We all have to speak over the top of each other, but we're going to get there. And you guys have so much wisdom to share, so I'm really looking forward to this. I've been learning a lot in these ISV sessions and talking to a real mix of successful ISVs and Microsoft partners as well. So, Hamish, we're going to start with you. Tell us about your view on how ISVs can really accelerate their business by partnering with Microsoft.
Hey, look, that's a really, really great question. And I think it really depends on where you are in the journey as an ISV. And we talk to all sorts of ISVs in the world today, even in New Zealand. Large chunk of those are still on-premise. And in fact, IDC is saying that the on-premise software market's about $350 billion. And that's shrinking as customers move to the cloud. So a lot of ISVs, we start with how do we move their software from where it is into the cloud? And that might be triggered from, hey, they want to leave their data center, or they need to revamp their application because of security, or they've got some end of life. Or it may be that they're looking to add more features and capabilities into their software that's going to drive their decision to actually migrate to the cloud. And more recently, you know, with what we've experienced with COVID is that increasingly customers want tremendous flexibilities with their applications, and cloud-based applications give them that. So if they're in a journey of modernizing their application, we start that conversation there. Other customers are at that, they've done that step, and they're now at the step of how do I expand the reach of my particular solution? How do I take it beyond the shores of New Zealand? And New Zealanders are very, very good at that. I think we export about $4.5 billion worth of software technology globally. And so Microsoft partners with these local ISVs to help them take it to our customers through our channels globally. And we'll hear a bit about that today. So whether it's in helping you with the building of it, we also help you with marketing your solution. And then finally, we have an approach where we actually co-sell together with ISV partners into our customers to actually accelerate the sales on these solutions as well.
That's great. I'm going to ask this question of all of you because this is really the nitty-gritty for ISVs, I guess. Ryan, I'll come to you next with that.
Yeah, thanks, Luke. So, just to reiterate what Hamish said, we have, those three core pillars around build, market, and sell. And when I think about accelerating ISVs, if we just focus on the build pillar and think about how we enable ISVs around that, Hamish talked about ISVs and their journey and the pathway they take, and they may be at a different a point in their journey. Some of them will be at the point where they want to enable cloud in their business and look at moving workloads into the cloud, and that is a build with focus for us. It's something we can help with and accelerate. How I interpret build is the stuff we're doing today with ISVs is really around enabling innovation. We think about how they support their customers. What value are they bringing? How are they ingesting AI? How are they ingesting machine learning? What extra value are they providing their customers on top of the solution they provide them? And this is around this whole digital transformation we're seeing with our customers today. They expect more. They want to get more insights. They want to improve their business. They want to provide create more revenue opportunity for them, and that's how we enable our ISVs through that build with pillar. So one of the key things for us, is how can we accelerate that piece? How can we help work with them to identify those things? Now, I'm going to pass you over to Abby, who's going to talk about some of the programs we have that ISVs can get access to start their journey around that.
One of my favorites, right, and my browser homepage is actually a site called the Solution Workspace. So I think everyone hears me say it a lot, aka.ms/Solution Workspace. So that's probably my favorite place. So it's a site for all independent software vendors and anyone really building an application where it essentially collates and organizes all the resources that Microsoft provides and is relevant to the app you're building. So it's something that, it's a really easy site, actually really new as well. It's really easy. You go and select the app that you're building and some of the key features and criteria about the application, and then it links you out to things all over the Microsoft web and repository, be that documentation, playbooks, how to set up your business model, Microsoft resources to tap into, and any benefits that are available. And it's just presented in a digitally guided step-by-step manner. So, as Hamish and Ryan has been mentioning, we focus our resources across Microsoft and the ISV world across the 3 pillars of build, market, and sell, and Solution Workspace is organized in that way as well, in a checklist manner, where across the 3 stages between build, where your resources to help you plan, develop, and build your solution. That includes a lot of technical resources as well, and then market resources around the value proposition of your application, and finally on the sell end, how to improve your sales model to land customers and expand your presence, as well as some of the Microsoft resources and Microsoft connections that you can make during that phase to improve your sales as well. So really, it's just that easy to navigate that even me personally, I use it as an encyclopedia for what Microsoft resources are available at each step. And really, it's really a place where you can just go to every day to get a dose, or maybe every week or month to get a dose of what's the latest resources that have become available from Microsoft, which means, for example, on the technical side, large teams of Microsoft architects and engineers work with industry and R&D experts every day to build something new. And by being just on the top of that and having a place to go to know where the latest resources are, saves you time, saves you development time from having to build something yourself if it's already being offered as a PaaS service on Azure, or it's coming, or it's already existing and you can just plug it into your solution. So I think Solution Workspace is probably my favorite one.
Hamish, I'll come to you next. Can you tell us about some of the other offerings that you have?
Yeah, let me elaborate on how we sell with our partners. And one of the key areas we're investing, I believe Microsoft's investing about $9 billion is in our marketplace and our go-to-market, enabling third-party software vendors like ISVs to leverage our marketplaces. So Microsoft has 3 platforms, or 3 cloud platforms. It has the Azure Infrastructure Platform, where people build web apps and SaaS apps. It has our modern workplace platform for Office and Teams and things like that. And it has our Dynamics Cloud platform. And solutions can be built on each of those platforms, integrated, and then marketed either embedded or actually as an add-on to those 3 platforms. And our marketplace allows customers not only to find and test and trial, but also to transact and purchase. And what we're finding is that this is tremendously successful in terms of transforming how an ISV can go to market. A New Zealand ISV can leverage the transaction capability of that platform and actually be open for business selling as part of a Microsoft product, or as if it's a Microsoft product within that channel, to our customers on the other side of the globe. And that is just phenomenal for those customers that want to expand outside of New Zealand and into other markets.
Yeah, it's great to hear all of this wisdom coming out, and the 3 value areas as well: building and investing in innovation, marketing your solution, and accelerating your sales as well. Something that has really come across in these conversations is this idea of partnering well. What do you think is the key to a successful partnership? Ryan, I'll start with you with this one.
Yeah, thanks, Luke. When I think about successful partnering, I think about Microsoft and how we've transformed as a business. People have to realize we've also been going through our own transformation in how we manage customers and partners. I think about 5 years ago, my job was to go out and talk to ISVs around making sure that they're aware of cloud services they can leverage. Today, I go out and talk to ISVs and I focus on understanding their business. What are the challenges they're facing? How can we help you? How can we help you grow? And we actually sit with them and try to understand, where are the gaps, where are the challenges? How are you thinking about innovating? How are you thinking about, making sure you're sticky with your customer? It's a very different approach in how we think about, our ISVs today. It's really about making them successful, leveraging our technology, but also, how do we take that solution, that innovative solution, to our customers? And for that to happen, when I think about the key things for that to be successful, it is very much around transparency and working very closely together. One of the things I'm seeing with my ISV specifically, the ones that are really successful are the ones that sit with us, that really are open and transparent about their goals, their challenges, and the things that they're trying to do in terms of the next sort of 2-3 horizons. And how can we accelerate that? And that helps us actually think about what's the way to support that. How do we invest resources to help you accelerate that? So for me, important piece for the partnership, successful partnership, is transparency and really coming to us and having an open conversation with us.
Abby, we'll come to you next on this one. Partnering well, partnering through Microsoft.
I think to add on to what Ryan has said as well, I think even though we've added a lot of the sales and visibility of engagements as well, there's still a strong aspect of the platforms that Microsoft has built, and seeing Microsoft really as an ecosystem of that starts from our technology and then goes into all our partners as well as into our customer segment as well. And one thing I do want to talk about is, we have a lot of first-party products such as Power Platform, Dynamics, Office, and Microsoft Teams all have opened up as an application development platform, which means you can add your solution on top of it or really quickly build an add-in for it and instantly take advantage of the existing platform, the user experience that the Microsoft platform team has already built for that product, as well as the active users that are already part of the ecosystem as well. And I think, as Hamish had alluded to earlier, even if you're just using Azure as a platform, ISVs can publish solutions onto the Microsoft Marketplace, which allows users to find, try, and buy your application straight from the Azure portal, or purchase your solution from the same catalog as other Microsoft first-party and other third-party partner solutions as well. So really, on top of all that, we even have collaboration platforms for what we call partner to partner, which is connecting with services partners and other independent software vendors around the world. That's particularly useful for geo expansion into new markets. So I think there are just so many existing platforms, so many opportunities to collaborate within the Microsoft ecosystem. And, from my experience, the more that ISVs take advantage of these existing Microsoft platforms, the greater success we see together, just leveraging the tools as well as the people.
Hamish, what about you? Keys to a successful partnership?
Yeah, look, it's really interesting when you think about as an ISV being treated as a customer. The conversation is all about what can I sell you? And I think where Microsoft's really unique is that we position ISVs as partners, which means that together, how can we be successful is really the conversation. And all of us as PDMs within Microsoft, really our success is measured on how successful the ISVs are. And that's quite a different relationship. It's quite a different mindset. And success is about, as the ISVs are successful, will jointly be successful together. And I guess a true partnership is actually recognizing that from an ISV perspective and leveraging us in open and frank conversations about what will make your business successful, rather than just treating Microsoft as a vendor or a supplier, which invariably ends up with a sell to conversation, which is not what we're all about.
Yeah, that's interesting stuff. Gavin, I'll come to you next, because I understand that you've joined the team recently. So you're starting to get your head around things. It's obviously been an unusual time as well. I mean, tell us about how you're finding this approach in partnering with ISVs.
Yes, indeed, Luke. I work for an ISV as a business development manager, and we joined the ISV co-sell initiative, where we grew and developed our business quite substantially, actually. Prior to us joining the ISV co-sell, it was really, really difficult to glean business from both private sector and government. And once we had joined the ISV co-sell, we had access via all the account executives to all the major accounts, both in business and the public sector. This grew our business substantially over a very, very short period of time. I took on this position at Microsoft to be on the other side of the fence, to help other businesses grow and develop their business. And it's been a great privilege to work for Microsoft in that respect. I've met so many interesting ISVs and so many exciting ISVs that are really, really geared to growing their business, and Microsoft and our team can help them do that over a very short period of time. Within Microsoft, we've got various tools that we can help grow and develop and accelerate the business of some of our ISVs. And this takes form of the solution workspace, the partner portal, and obviously the commercial marketplace. This gives you global exposure to build trust and confidence with Microsoft, increase growth and opportunities, and obviously accelerate innovation for your applications on a global scale.
Yeah, that's great. It sounds like a very fun space to work in, and I'd love to hear some of those success stories and really what it means for your ISVs. Abby, we'll start with you for this one.
Yeah, I have a really good example. I think actually one, a particular ISV that we've worked with over the years, and it's really I'll suppress the name, so this ISV has really found a sweet spot working with Microsoft, from particularly in the government and large projects in construction that require collaboration, a source of truth, as well as just an industry-specific workspace for everyone within the project to be able to find what they want and need. So it all started from Auckland, where this ISV is based, and starting with New Zealand opportunities, and we really quickly together found that there were large amounts of opportunities for this ISV in Singapore and Asia, where they have now grown and strived. So they were brought into some of the Singapore deals and opportunities that Microsoft were working on, and they basically went from being a sort of drop-in ISV from New Zealand that nobody in the Singapore industry really knew, to winning these massive public sector deals and becoming a household name in the industry in Singapore, and as well as a couple other countries in Asia as well. So it's been a really great success for them to grow into the different markets together with Microsoft and the connections that Microsoft has in this industry. And now together, we're growing into the US using very much a similar mechanism in the manufacturing, resourcing, as well as government industries as well. So really keen to see how these guys take the world.
Yeah, thanks, Abby. I mean, Hamish, this must be really fun for you guys as well, and it must be great to see those success stories for your ISVs.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes the successes are little wins, and sometimes the successes are really large wins, and that's what's quite interesting and exciting. Come to mind most recently is, a lot of ISVs have been impacted by COVID, and what's been really unique to watch is how some ISVs have pivoted their solutions identified that their customers will have a slightly different requirement when they come out of lockdown, or the customers' come out of lockdown, and if so, over this period have developed solutions that are specific for their customers coming out. One of the solutions I work with is involved with airlines, and a key part of that will be how airlines reschedule their crews and manage that whole relationship of scheduling and booking crews and things like that. And so to develop a new solution in 4 weeks, be able to put it into the marketplace, be able to actually establish that communication out to the customer base is super fascinating. And the unique thing about that is ISVs can move that quickly in today's world, because you're not buying infrastructure and waiting for deliveries and things, you're leveraging the cloud. So that's really, really exciting.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Ryan, you must have a few success stories up your sleeve.
Yeah, Luke, I mean, so many good examples. I'm just trying to think about what's a good one to talk about. I guess one thing, I wanted to sort of mention before I get into that to the audience. I mean, Microsoft, we're a big business. We have lots of moving parts. We're here, the local team, to help engage with ISVs in New Zealand and look at how we can accelerate them and think about the wider, Microsoft business and what's the best way to do that. I mean, we have specific programs to accelerate their business. But to give you an example, I mean, I have an ISV here in New Zealand that I work with and manage, and they were doing some great stuff around, enabling IoT for their solution on construction. And what I was able to do is connect them to our IoT product team. And this is the global IoT product team, the Internet of Things. Essentially, their focus is to go out to customers and look at how they can enable them using, IoT devices, and looking at bringing the right solution in, but also helping them transform their business and think about how they can use cloud services. So this team is specifically looking for the right solutions to take to their customers. So you think about, New Zealand ISV doing some stuff here with the local market, helping their construction customers enable some of their services with IoT devices, actually tracking sound and dust and so forth. We've connected them with the IoT product team and Microsoft Global team. They've been able to take their solution and showcase it through multiple events, here in New Zealand, Australia. And through that connection, they've actually been able to get a connection in the UK, and then actually look at taking their solution to that market. So you think about what we're able to do and taking that solution to the wider global market through that Microsoft channel. And that's the power of what we can do for ISVs that are super successful here in New Zealand and Australia. We're able to help them accelerate that go to market into new areas.
Now, I imagine there are a lot of ISVs watching, guys, that are trying to understand how they can get connected and really leverage this partnership. Gavin, I want to start with you on this one. I mean, how can people do that effectively?
Yes, Luke. So my role at Microsoft is the Partner Development Manager for new ISVs. So I'm the PDM ISV recruit. So I assist ISVs on their journey to the marketplace. And this could be in the form of either recommending the solution workspace or sending them through to one of our affiliated CSPs. Once we qualify you as an ISV recruit, we can send you through to one of our affiliated CSPs and guide you on that journey. So any ISVs out there that think they're at a point where they are ready for the marketplace, please give us a call and I'll be there to help you accelerate your journey through to the marketplace.
That's great. Ryan, you'll have some more information for ISVs, I'm sure.
Yeah, thanks, Luke. We do actually have a lot of good information out there for ISVs to get started on their journey. The one thing we've done as part of these webinar events is we've made it easy for actually ISVs that are watching this video to be able to engage with us with the local Microsoft ISV team. So you'll see a link here that you can go to today to fill out a form and actually engage with us. One of the key things with this ISV partnership is, we have a team here. We have an extended team, a technical team as well, that support ISVs. We have a group of accounts that we manage, but we know that there's a massive ISV community out there in New Zealand, from startup to mature ISVs, and we want to make sure we can help everyone engage with us and really take advantage of our ISV programs. I mean, our job, from a local perspective, is to make New Zealand ISVs super successful. So as part of that, what we have done is we have enabled three of our cloud solution partners that we work with. So these are partners that we work with on the ground that essentially enable ISVs, help them get started, accelerate their journey to the cloud. And we have created a pathway to get connected with them as part of this webinar series. In terms of the call to action here for everyone watching this webinar, go to this link, fill out the form, engage with us. There's some questions there around your company and what stage of the journey you're at. This is all about you, and how can we help you accelerate that journey. So reach out to us and really take the opportunity to engage with the local team that you're meeting on this call, and hopefully you can also engage with some of our cloud solution partners.
Hamish, I'm sure you've got something to add to this as well, because this is really what you guys do for a living. You partner with ISV, so how do they do that well?
Yeah, look, hey, thank you for that, and really appreciate everybody listening into these sessions. I'll reinforce what Ryan is saying, is have a listen to the stories, the rest of the sessions on this, but recognize the last week, at the beginning of very beginning of May, we made an announcement that Microsoft is actually going to be building Azure presence here in New Zealand. And what that's going to do is significantly stimulate this market in terms of people's capabilities, resources, customer demand for cloud-based solutions. And I actually think that if you're not involved in trying to understand the Azure solution, what it means, if you need to invest in that. Invest in the resources that are available. There's a tremendous amount of resources that are available, and then come reach out to us. Reach out to us directly. You don't have to know everything. As Ryan said, we have partners who have trained specifically to do the hard parts. So you can focus as an ISV on building your functionality, your capability, your features. They can worry about the plumbing and the detail around that, and together you can actually accelerate how fast you can make these transitions. So reach out to us.
Yeah, thanks, Hamish. We'll come to you as well, Abby. Obviously, Microsoft has so much to offer, but how do you leverage the partnership?
As the guys have already mentioned earlier, there's a lot of ways to connect with us, and there's actually a lot of ways that you can self-serve as well. You don't need all your developers and all your people talking to someone from Microsoft to be able to leverage the resources and programs. All you need really is a Microsoft Partner Network account. So it's free, it takes you 2 minutes to join, and it's a lifetime membership which unlocks all the resources and everything that we have available on offer to our partners. And I'll just give another plug to my favorite website, aka.ms/solution workspace. And what's really great about this site is that the sign-up process to Solution Workspace integrates together the MPN Microsoft Partner Network sign-up process inside as well. So all you need to do is throw in, your contact details, your company email address, and then you just sign in, put in your app's details, have a browse through the Solution Workspace for each application that you're building, and some of the resources that you have available straight off the bat, without needing to contact anyone. If you're still just looking around, having a browse, it's all available there, and there's a whole lot of resources to go through already as well.
Fantastic. I mean, Ryan, it's great to have these conversations, and I guess the PDM team are in such a unique position because you're dealing with ISVs all the time, and I guess you're seeing all of those potential pitfalls that people can fall into along the way. So it's so important to have a great relationship, if you can, with your PDM and to reach out.
There is a lot of great material out there to get started. I think, in terms of what we've been seeing with our ISVs and just the broader community, some of them just don't know what they have access to. I guess we don't want to leave the message that, you need to wait to connect to your PDM. or a PDM to start your journey. What we're trying to do in terms of, the key message for the people that are watching this video is there's this, we have 3 key pillars that we work across: build, market, sell. And what we're trying to do for the wider ISV community is, give them the chance to really take advantage of that. The build, we're working through, our partners, our cloud solution partners, to enable that, and we have 4 partners that you can actually connect with, and we can also provide a channel to do that. And they've got support from us from Microsoft to help enable your cloud journey and get you started on the right track. The market is really thinking about how you can start leveraging the marketplace, and there's certain key programs around how you can actually do that in terms of getting access to go-to-market benefits, getting rewards for actually using the marketplace to transact your solution, and then the sell is really the ultimate in terms of once you're on the marketplace, you're able to gain access to benefits. You can start actually working through the cloud solution partners to actually sell your solution, or partners globally to sell your solution, or Microsoft to sell your solution, and that all starts by listing your solution on the cloud marketplace. Where the PDM comes into play is we're working with our local cloud solution partners to identify the right ISVs where we can take them and accelerate that journey. How can we, what stage of the journey are you at, where we can come in and start thinking about how we help you accelerate your go-to-market plan.
And who doesn't want their go-to-market plan accelerated, eh? It sounds like a great offer. I mean, Hamish, just in summing up, any final words from you to ISVs watching today?
If you're not working with us today, we would love to have you as part of our program. We would love to engage with you on your journey and accelerate your business. So looking forward to meeting those folks that are on this call or listening in, and connecting with you over the coming months as we come out of lockdown and into the new.
That's right, the new, whatever that looks like. I'm sure it's going to be very exciting, whatever happens, though. Hamish McNee, Ryan Tarrick, Abby Shen, and Gavin Hughes, the partner development managers, part of the local ISV team at Microsoft. Thank you so much for your time, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Luke.
Thanks, Luke.